What are you doing?
Primal Resets.
Nope, not even close. Not, just stop.
Let's go.
Here we go, Coach Brian, Coach Chris, bringing you another awesome video here at the compound. Welcome to our channel. We're one of the coaches here. We're hosts, we're co-hosts.
We do a lot here.
Yeah.
We're even janitors.
And sometimes we're friends.
Yeah.
So if this is your first time on our channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for jumping on to this video today. I don't know what you just saw Coach Chris do here just a second ago.
I don't know what I just did.
He was primal resetting, but that's not primal resetting. We're gonna show you the 15 must-do primal reset moves that are gonna get your body back to its primal state. Now, you've been doing a lot of this for many years, and so have I, and we love and we integrate all these movements into our routines. But why should somebody, in a Cliff Notes version, why should somebody integrate these movements that they're about to see?
Simply because movement is the key to feeling good and functioning well. And if you're not moving the body in all the different ways it's designed to move, you're probably gonna feel that, whether that's stiffness, whether that's an imbalance in strength, whether that's in cognitive abilities, tight muscles. Like, there's all kinds of things that'll happen. And so that's why Brian and I are huge advocates of primal resets and movement like this that you're gonna see in this video, because this will absolutely make your workouts better, and you'll just feel better in everything that you do.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to it.
Yeah, so before we actually show you these, I want to give you kind of like a snapshot of what these look like in a routine. So these, we're going to show you 15 here in just a second. There is no particular order. Primal resetting movements, mobility moves, functional moves, whatever you want to call it, these are going to be done before you truly exercise. Like, for instance, if you're gonna do like a heavy squat day, do these before you squat. But if you're not able to get into the gym, use these 15, build your own routine that is suitable for you. Spend a couple seconds, couple reps on each move. There's real no structure to building a mobility or primal reset movement, other than you have to do it and have to spend some time. Some of these are gonna be a little more advanced, and you'll see that right out of the gate when we do them. But try what you can do and what your body allows. So we're gonna start with hollow rolls, hollow rock. So let's start with hollow rock. That's the first exercise we're gonna go to. So get on the floor. Now the hollow rock, you kind of think, if you're familiar with yoga, it's kind of like the bow pose. So what I'm doing here, I'm tucking my tailbone back, engaging my abdominal muscles, tucking my chin in, but I'm getting a bow, or it looks like a banana, and then I'm gonna start rocking as one unit, right there. So there's really no...
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he's the bottom of a rocking chair, right? Just think of the bottom of a rocking chair, that curved wood, and just holding that position, I mean, that's work.
Yeah.
And so you could just do that for seconds at a time, 3 to 5 seconds, up to 10 seconds, break, and then repeat.
It's a lot harder than it looks, but you really have to maintain this shape right there. Once that collapse, or if like you feel like your lower back is getting hurt, scrap the exercise, reset, focus on getting that position there, and then continue on. Show them the hollow rolls. So once you've established that hollow body position, now you can start doing some cool rolls. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that looks fun. Oh, obstacle. There we go. All right, so that one takes a little bit of coordination. Yeah, there we go. And if you want to throw in a hollow rock, obviously you can combine the two, do some hollow rocking, hollow rolling. It's one of those exercises. It looks silly, but it's so good.
Some people do sometimes feel a little dizzy in the head. Understood. If you roll left once, roll right once. If you roll left 5 times, roll back 5 times, and try not to propel yourself with your arms and your legs to hitting the ground.
Yeah.
The idea is to keep them lifted,
right,
and roll, keeping those off the floor. So
real quick, and then we'll move on to the third exercise. Think of primal resetting as going back to being a baby. Physically, where the baby was. The baby was on the ground, on its back, rolling around, and now then it started to crawl and keep its head up, and then it morphed into you know, this two-legged creature rather than a quadruped,
Right.
then you start moving into foot movements. But we're gonna get to the crawls right now. So crawls, the cool thing about crawls is that there's so many different types of crawls. Like this is just a standard crawl. 4 points of contact. I mean, there might be 6 with the foot, but the knee, as you can see, he looks primal. He looks like an animal.
So the key, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Is the head up.
Yeah, so look at the head as a baby would, because the head is the central point for your balance, especially if you're in a horizontal position. So show them like a bear crawl now.
Sure.
Yep. So now the knees are up. You see that? A lot more core engagement, but he's still moving as one unit rather than just like this weird thing. Now show them the next one is, I think one of our favorites is the Commando Sprawl. So get all the way on the ground. So imagine, hence the name Commando, there's barbed wire right there. He's got to crawl under it. So everything moves the same, whether you're right side, left side, going forward, going backwards. Now there is a lot of movement, so if you need to replay this numerous times, that's fine. You're gonna figure out what works best for you, but the thing is, your body has been designed to work certain ways. Like you can't go against the laws of physics. Like if something doesn't feel right, it's because it's not right. So the more you do these, the more awareness happens, and then you're like, oh wow, I actually feel
But immediately,
primal.
I'm moving my head, I'm moving my neck, I'm doing head nods
Right.
because I'm looking up, I'm opening my hips,
Yeah.
I'm having to move my, my knees way out to the side from the midline. I'm moving in patterns that we're not doing in a lot of our day-to-day movement.
Yeah.
But this is the exact types of movement that we did as infants, as babies.
Yeah.
Learning how to move the body.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, that's exactly it. So the fourth exercise, I love this exercise. It's called the world's greatest stretch. Now, this exercise, just like many of these exercises you're gonna see here, check out this, metabolic stretching. This is a program that we've put together. Flexibility, weight loss, primal flow, yoga, Pilates, kickboxing, all in a simple routine you can get from the comfort of your living room. Yeah, this is a DVD. Some people actually still watch these, but if you're not into this old thing, we've got a digital copy available for you. So underneath this video, I'm gonna put, there's gonna be a link there that you can click. It's the pinned comment underneath. So go down right now. Yeah, go underneath there.
Roll.
So check that out, click that link. You're gonna learn more about that program there. And that program includes the world's greatest stretch. So this is, I love this exercise. It just feels so good. So as you can see, I'm starting in an elongated stride lunge position, however you want to call it, both hands here. Now I'm going to open up my left side. So I'm going to take my left arm, reach up towards the ceiling, keeping that back leg straight, and then returning back to neutral. So now I'm integrating a little bit more of the upper body when I do that rotation. Obviously to switch sides. Now you can throw in some different kind of modifications in here. If you want to drop that elbow down to intensify the stretch, that's fine. If you want to jump, turn it into a metabolic conditioner where you're actually going to be burning some fat because elevated heart rate movement, things like that. You can really do many different things with that particular exercise.
But we do that exercise almost every time we work out.
Yeah.
Because we know the benefits. We use it, it's a warm-up movement. It gets us to rotate our spine. It gets us to open up our hips. It gets us to warm up our neck muscles and stuff like that. And I've noticed above all else, as I've gotten older, my mid, upper back, and my neck have gotten a lot more stiff just from extra time on technology.
Yeah, so make sure you use that exercise in your routine, and also go check out that link about that program to get more information on that. Moving on to the lateral crawl for exercise number 5. This one's cool. It's kind of like the gorilla, the monkey exercise.
Yeah,
so
man. Talk about primal.
Yeah, so it's a lateral crawl, but I'm gonna throw in like a little, like a monkey swing in there. That's such a thing. So you're kind of like doing one of these, do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So you kind of, Yeah, you're gonna look a little awkward in the gym doing that. People are gonna be like, all right, bro, what are you doing? And you're just gonna be like, I'm primal resetting, bro. But that's a great way to kind of like feel, like Chris said a couple minutes ago, feel like the body just kind of like get back to basics and just move with the head and the arms and the legs, and everything's kind of moving independently but dependently at the same time, because you can't move the legs without the head and all that stuff. So that's one of those exercises you just gotta play around with, get used to it. Next one, I think this is the most exciting. No.
Oh, I thought you had a sprawl. They have sprawls?
That was kind of like the sprawl.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Yeah, like the lateral sprawl.
Sprawl. It's like a lateral sprawl.
Yeah, you're sprawling.
Okay, so the next one.
Yeah. That's the next one. Do it.
Do more of it.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to you. It's actually walking. Believe it or not, walking is a primal reset move. When was the last time you went out for a true walk? I'm not talking walking from your desk to the refrigerator or to your car. I'm talking like, hey, I'm gonna go out for a 30-minute walk, unobstructed, good mechanics.
No phone in your hand.
Yeah. You're not texting or doing this, like you're actually in a good biomechanical position. And that's what we're trying to do here with all these primal things, is reset the body back into that natural position. Walking is one of those things that is, if not, I think it's the best primal exercise you can do.
Well, certainly, and it's kind of something that you can do for the rest of your life. As people get older, they might have trouble getting down onto the ground to do some of these resets, but in my opinion, you're never too old to walk.
Yeah.
And the people that I see as they age that are out walking and moving more on a daily basis, they're happier people. They're more independent. They have just an extra energy about them because they're just more mobile.
So if you don't have room to go out for a walk, maybe the weather is not in your favor, walk in place. You're at your desk right now, stand up, walk in place for a couple minutes. Not only are you gonna start resetting the body back into a good position, but you're honestly gonna burn some calories. You're gonna elevate the heart rate. Do this, I'm telling you, if you wanna turn in circles, that's fine, but that's his dancing career, his dancing days.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah, so walking in place, walking around the neighborhood, please integrate that. And not only from a mechanical standpoint, but from a psychological standpoint, the benefits of walking are so good for everything inside and outside of the body. But let's keep moving on. Don't want to bore you to death.
Are you bird dogging it?
We're gonna combine, we're gonna get on the floor, do two movements. One's upside up, no, upside up, other side is upside down. Yeah. It's bird dog and dead bug. So let's start with the bird dog. So this is my upside down, right?
Yeah.
Downside
that
up.
That would be your upside.
Yeah, upside down. Yeah. All right, here we go. So quadruped position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, extend out horizontally, pull in, tap, extend. This is a horizontal movement. I'm not doing none of this. Everything's slow and controlled. Tuck, extend. Obviously do it on one side, you're gonna do it on the other. Bippity boppity, right there. Good. Then the next exercise, same movement, upside down or upside up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
But he said.
So this one, you're gonna have to put your thinking cap on.
Is that your thinking cap?
Hang on. Now we're thinking. Right there. As one arm moves, the opposite leg moves. This one, you really need to focus on which limb is moving, because what's gonna happen is if you go, you're gonna find like you're doing like weird stuff. You're stabilize. Right there. That's it. Pretty simple. And if you want to wiggle around like a dead bug, you can do that too. Whatever floats your boat.
I'm feeling like a bear.
You look like a bear. Bear hold. No, this is the the bear hold. So that's it. Just hold it. Kind of just as exciting as walking. So as you can see, stabilized, everything is stabilized, fixed position. Even though he's not moving, he's doing a lot of work stabilizing, keeping everything in there. The head is our,
do some head nods.
The head is articulating, everything is looking there. Now, if you want to throw in a little bit of a tap, like a little bit more like dynamic movement, hand, opposite foot, but look, this part of the body stays still. It stays the same. Yeah, there is a little bit of movement going on, which is totally fine.
But the more you do these, the more you'll feel the, you know, your ability to improve.
Yeah. So yeah, start with the hold and then go to the tap.
Tighter hips as I've aged.
Yeah.
So the more you open up your hips with some of these other movements, the better those taps will feel.
Yeah. We're gonna go back to the floor for a pelvic tuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going all areas of the body. So you can stand and do this, but I think you get the best feel, like a feedback from the ground. But when I get on the floor, you might not see my back. I'm pretty much doing this. That's it. It's kind of awkward, but you're gonna do it on the floor. So
Doesn't make me feel awkward.
it's only awkward if you make it awkward.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's just it.
That's it.
All right, so here we go.
So you're just looking here.
That's it.
I mean, I know it just kind of looks like he's tightening his abdominal muscles, but really what he's doing is he's manipulating and tilting his pelvis. So when he tightens his abs, he's actually rotating his pelvis back. And then when he relaxes, his pelvis kind of goes more neutral or kind of tips more anterior.
Yep.
So it's just movement of the pelvis, which is another area where people get stiff
Yeah.
as they age.
Ugh.
And the hips, the center of the body, don't move like they once did because of the sitting and the poor posture we're in. So
Yeah, what happens with the head is once the chin protrudes forward, you're gonna kind of get in these weird slunch positions, or if you do excessive tightness in the hips, your hip flexors are gonna force you into an anterior position, so you need to correct that by doing simple pelvic tucks. And any type of core work that you're doing, like a hollow rock, you're doing that pelvic tuck. Next exercise, perfect way to segue into this is the plank. So show him the plank. And now you have to have that pelvic tuck to do the plank correctly. So he's in a perfect position right there. Show him what a bad plank would look like. Well, obviously, yep. And then there we go. That is an anterior pelvic tilt. So there's a lot of binding going on in the hip flexors there. So now tuck, there, look at that. The cheek squeeze a little bit, the core is engaged. He's already shaking because he's activating all those deep belly muscles. So yeah, that's, and this is a primal move. Resetting that core, resetting everything into that stable position. So if you stood up, if you do the plank correctly, you're pretty much in this position right here. Shoulder blades are pulled back, chin is tucked, tailbone is where it should be. Everything is vertically stacked. From your head all the way down to your feet. There's perfect alignment by holding this position. Now, like you said a couple minutes ago, in these positions, it's gonna feel awkward because we're not normally in those positions, but over time, you're gonna reset your body back into those positions, and then over time, you're gonna be feeling like, wow, I actually feel good and I look great. Yeah. So stay on the plank, let's go to a side plank. So we can't forget about the sides of the body. So the plank is mostly front and back, where this is like your sides. Can't forget about the sides. All the same principles apply. Tuck the tailbone, head in line with the chin. Obviously, if you need to put the hand down for a little bit of support or split the legs like that, that's fine too. Work on the mechanics first, then the strength will come after. We'll do on one side, you do on the other. Yep, look at that. Like a rock. Boom. All right, so I'll show you the next one because I like this one. A high plank march. This has a little bit of glute activation going on in there, and I love training the glutes. High plank march. So still in that high plank position. So let's show you from this side right here. So high plank here. Tailbone is still tucked. I'm not up here. I'm down here. And now all of a sudden, glute engagement right there. Now, if I was to be upright, Chris, what movement would this look like if I was upright?
If you were standing and doing that?
Yeah, if my knees were bending a little bit, you know, it'd kind of look like a walk.
Yeah, well, right.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hip extension going on. True. I mean, you're resetting the body just by the most simplest movements And that's why it's important.
Such a great way to engage, like you said, the glute engagement.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to associate, you have to do a squat in order to hit your glutes. There's really like 10 other movements I would suggest before the squat to get glute stimulation.
When you're walking, you're activating your glutes. Your glutes are stabilizers of the body.
Right.
And you're not going to use them if you don't wake them up. So doing like the high plank march, you're waking up dormant muscles to prepare you for movement, resetting the body, and all that
and that's
good stuff.
hitting everything. That's getting your core, your
Oh,
shoulders.
I love that
chest.
exercise. That's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, so simple.
So the last one, but definitely not least, this is kind of like one of those, I put it at number 15 because it's one of those good stretches, good openers. It's the deep squat pry with the butt up. So this is, if you have tight hips, you can do this before you work out. You can do this after you work out. You don't even have to do this around a workout. It's one of those exercises that's opening up the hips, opening up the adductors, opening up the hamstrings, and even the back and shoulders. So you're gonna assume a normal squat stance. You can go a little wider if you need to. You're gonna come down, grab those toes, and then you're gonna just sink down. If you need to push, adjust your feet if you need to. If you need to push the knees open, that's fine. Sink down deep into it. Let that thoracic spine and that lower lumbar relax. And then once you're ready, still hold it on, get that butt up, straighten those legs out best as you can. Now your back will be rounded in this position, but then you're gonna straighten it back out right at the bottom. Hold this for time, go for reps. Oh yeah, those hamstrings are feeling it today.
This is just a great hip opener and great movement to do prior to a leg day, any kind of lower body training.
Yeah, if you really want to stretch out the back too, round that back hard. So your anchor point is your hand. So now you're stretching out your lats the higher you stand. So, it's a good finisher.
Gosh, this feels good.
Yeah, there's so many more. These are what we like to do, 15. These are exercises that you should incorporate. I know you're probably thinking there's hundreds more, and yes, there are hundreds more that are just as good, if not better. These are what we like, what we recommend that you should be doing in your routine.
Speaking of routines, remember this guy? Yeah, he actually made this program, and he's really proud of it, and we're proud of it. We're proud of him for being proud of this.
I'm proud of you for being proud of me.
Thanks, pal. Hey, check this out because you will really like this program. If you like some of what you saw here, we incorporate a lot of those type of resets, and yes, we incorporate a lot of those movements in this program, and it's a follow along. Brian coaches you along with Alex through how to do all these exercises, and then there's a flow. And it really is awesome and fun to do, and we love it. So go to that pinned comment and check it out.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.